Hello and welcome. My name is Jeffrey Kennedy. I'm the editor of Futures Junctures and also the editor of Elliott Wave Junctures, so welcome back to another episode. Today we're actually going to be talking about triangles, and we're going to be talking about a very specific aspect of triangles that I've encountered numerous times. And that's the frustrating aspect or characteristic of a triangle to sometimes end abruptly, and other times seemingly last forever. Okay, now in this instance here, we're looking at a triangle where we actually have a quick DE. And let me slide my price chart over real quick, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Notice we have waves A, B, C, and then we have waves D and E real quick, and then the thrust out of the triangle to a new price extreme. Okay, whenever this happens, you can actually refer to this as a truncated triangle whenever you have a very, very quick wave D and E. Because ideally what we would want to see from, say, a textbook perspective is we'd like to see a little bit more time proportion throughout the structure or throughout the pattern. In this instance here, we have the wave D and E, and they're real quick. Now, again, other times, well, sometimes you'll see something more along the lines of this. Here's another price chart. Take a shot at trying to label it, but this is my interpretation here of REN. And notice that this triangle lasted a very long time, but specifically waves D and E actually lasted a very long time. Okay, this is another way triangles can actually unfold. So sometimes you'll be looking at a triangle and you'll count your waves A, B, C, D, and you believe the pattern is complete and that the thrust out of the triangle is about to happen. So you take a position only to see another 3 or 4, another 5 waves, or maybe even wave E unfold into another triangle, and you're actually caught. So what do? How do you actually overcome that issue or that problem of entering into a triangle too soon and too late? Very simple, and I think this is a very prudent way to actually go about it. To solve the problem, you simply wait for a breakout, and that would be daily closing price action or closing price action above the extreme of wave D. This way, you don't run the risk of actually entering a position too early. For example, now with respect to this pattern right here, let's say we thought the triangle was possibly complete at this point. So maybe, that soon. Well, if you had taken an options position, then, well, that option, you would have seen great time decay on that actual position prior to the formation of waves D and E and then the thrust to the upside. Now, you would have been right the market in your analysis, but with respect to options, which is a very time-sensitive vehicle, that wouldn't have worked out very well. So the way I overcome this problem by getting into a triangle too soon is simply watch and wait. Specifically, what I'm referring to is watch and wait for the breakout above the extreme of wave D before you begin looking for an opportunity. Now, one price chart I would like to leave you with is this one right here. This is Amerisource Bergen. Now, with respect to this price chart, well, to me, this looks like a triangle. And if it is a triangle, this is how I would label it. And if I'm labeling it this way, here's the extreme of wave D. So again, rather than jumping in and say right now, I want to watch and wait. And I want to continue to watch and wait. Remember, this is a weekly price chart, and the consolidation we've seen in recent weeks, certainly recent months, appears to be that of a fourth wave contracting triangle. So with what we've learned today, rather than getting caught up in the substructure, we simply wait for the breakout of the extreme of wave D. Thank you very much, and have a great evening.